Blake Shelton reveals if he will return to The Voice. Blake Shelton recently revealed if he will return to The Voice. Shelton had won the show 9 times before calling it quits. It is also where he met his wife, Gwen Stefani. He is eternally grateful for the experience and memories it gave him. Fans have been dying to see him back on the show. However, he finally revealed if that would ever happen again or not. Keep reading to find out. Why Blake Shelton left. Blake Shelton recently revealed why he left the show in the first place. I miss the people. I mean, those people became like family to me, literally from the crew all up to the producers of the show. I was with them more than I was with my family. I miss that. I totally needed a break from that, because if I wasn't into it, then it wasn't good for whoever was on my team. I don't want to be someone who's just going through the motions. Those artists need somebody fighting for them. The second I started feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what season this is anymore. Who are the coaches on this season? I knew that I needed to get away from here. It seems Blake needed to get out once he was questioning who the judges were going to be and if they were going to stay the same. He could not even remember which season it was going to be. Would he return? Blake revealed that the only way he would return to the show would be if the original coaches came back too. It would also only be for 1 season. If they were ever able to put together the original 4 coaches again, maybe I'd return for 1 season, a one-off. That would be fun for me. That would be something I would be interested in doing. NBC may have to get the original coaches back for 1 season, or even a sort of spin-off season on top of the normal season. The original coaches were Blake Shelton, CeeLo Green, Adam Levine, and Christina Aguilera. It seems that if Blake ever returned to the show, it would only be for 1 season. He also does not want to be on the show with newer judges. He would only do 1 season if the other original coaches agreed to as well. It seems it got to be too much when Blake ended up being the only original coach left on the show. Would you be interested in a season of only the original coaches? Or do you like how it is now better? Sound off in the comments below. Blake Shelton, one of country music's biggest stars and a staple on the hit reality singing competition, The Voice, shocked fans when he announced his departure from the show after an impressive 23-season run. As one of the original coaches, Shelton's charm, humor, and undeniable musical expertise made him a fan favorite, and his team regularly produced winners. His exit left a massive void, and the question on many fans' minds has been, will Blake Shelton ever return to The Voice, the king of The Voice? To understand the impact of Blake Shelton's departure, one must first appreciate the role he played in shaping The Voice. Shelton joined the show in 2011 when it premiered, alongside fellow original coaches Adam Levine, Christina Aguilera, and CeeLo Green. Over time, Shelton became a cornerstone of the show, mentoring aspiring singers and offering a country music perspective that appealed to a broad audience. Shelton's unique style, laid back yet fiercely competitive, set him apart. His quick wit, folksy wisdom, and genuine rapport with contestants turned him into a beloved figure. He wasn't just a coach, he was a mentor who invested in the success of his team members, even after the show ended. Several contestants, such as Cassidy Pope, Danielle Bradbury, and Sundance Head, have enjoyed successful careers after winning under Shelton's guidance. The country star won The Voice 9 times, more than any other coach in the show's history. His on-screen bromance with Adam Levine, one of the defining dynamics of the show for many seasons, brought a playful rivalry that became a hallmark of The Voice. While Levine left the show in 2019, Shelton continued as a coach, solidifying his role as the show's elder statesman. However, after more than a decade of commitment, Shelton announced in October 2022 that season 23 would be his last. For many fans, it felt like the end of an era. Shelton's departure left a gap not only in the lineup of coaches, but in the heart of the show. Why did Blake Shelton leave? Blake Shelton's decision to leave The Voice wasn't a sudden one. The country star had been contemplating stepping away for a while, as he shared in multiple interviews leading up to his final season. Shelton's reasons for leaving were deeply personal. In an interview with People magazine, Shelton explained that he had started to feel the pull of his personal life, particularly his family, with increasing intensity. After marrying pop superstar Gwen Stefani, who he met on the set of The Voice, Shelton found his priorities shifting. The couple had been balancing their demanding careers, but Shelton began to crave a more relaxed lifestyle where they could focus on their blended family, which includes Stefani's 3 sons. "I want to be there for them," Shelton said in the interview, referring to his role as a stepfather. He expressed a desire to take a step back from his relentless work schedule, which included not only The Voice, but also touring and releasing new music. "I want to slow down. Gwen and I have this incredible life, and I want to enjoy it without always thinking about what's next." Shelton also mentioned that he felt he had done everything he could on the show. "At some point, it's time to hand over the reins," he said, acknowledging that there were plenty of talented coaches ready to take up the mantle. His decision to leave wasn't an indication of dissatisfaction with The Voice, but rather a recognition that it was time for a new chapter in his life. Blake Shelton's future. Will he return to The Voice? Ever since Shelton announced his departure, speculation has swirled about whether he would ever return to the show in some capacity. Fans have been vocal about their desire to see him back in the coach's chair, even if only for a guest appearance or a special season. But what does Shelton himself have to say about the possibility of returning? In recent interviews, Shelton has remained non-committal about a return to The Voice, but he hasn't completely shut the door. "Never say never," he quipped during an interview with Entertainment Tonight, leaving just enough room for hope. Shelton acknowledged that while he was ready to move on, he would always have a special place in his heart for the show that gave him so much. "I'll miss it for sure," he admitted. "The fans, the artists, the whole experience. It's been a huge part of my life for over a decade." Still, Shelton reiterated that his focus right now is on slowing down and enjoying life outside of the spotlight, particularly with Stephanie and her kids. That being said, Shelton has hinted that he might consider returning in a guest capacity, perhaps as an advisor or mentor. When pressed about a potential return, he laughed and said, "Maybe I'll come back and sit in as a surprise coach for a couple of episodes." While this was said in a joking manner, it's clear that the idea of returning, even briefly, isn't off the table. Life after The Voice. So what does life after The Voice look like for Blake Shelton? True to his word, Shelton has been spending more time with his family and focusing on his other passions, including his ranch in Oklahoma. In fact, Shelton has often spoken about his love for life on the ranch, where he and Stephanie escape the pressures of fame and enjoy a slower pace. Shelton also continues to be active in the music world. He hasn't stopped making music, and his fans can still look forward to new releases. However, he has made it clear that he plans to be more selective about his projects, prioritizing those that allow him to balance his personal and professional life. Additionally, Shelton's other ventures have kept him busy. He co-owns the popular chain of restaurants and entertainment venues, Ole Red, and continues to expand that business. His various television and endorsement deals, including a long-standing partnership with Smithworks Vodka, provide plenty of opportunities for him to remain in the public eye without the constant demands of a weekly TV show. The legacy of Blake Shelton on The Voice. Whether Blake Shelton returns to The Voice or not, his legacy on the show is undeniable. He helped shape the show into what it is today, and his presence will be missed by fans and contestants alike. His ability to connect with people, both his team members and the audience, set him apart from other coaches, and his down-to-earth personality made him relatable to viewers across the country.